Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chimunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. This is part 36 of our series, Kali for Everyone. And tonight we're going to be featuring a Puja and Satsang to another Tibetan form of the Divine Mother, Sukhasiddhi. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So this coming Friday will be a Mahakali Cho-based guided meditation for empowerment. Then a week from today, next Tuesday, will be Kali for Everyone, part 37. And we'll be honoring Kali Kapalini. And then this is the Kali of the Skull. And then next Friday will be the next installment of our 64 Yogini series, and we'll be honoring Agnya Yogini. Again, welcome and namaste. Anybody who happens to be tuning in right now, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. So the name Sukhasiddhi has a precise and deeply symbolic meaning in Vajrayana, that is Tibetan and Nepalese Buddhism. The first part of her name, Shukha, means bliss, joy, ease, or well-being. In the tantric context, that is great bliss, Mahashukha, arising from realization of emptiness. And then the second part of her name, Siddhi, means accomplishment, attainment, or realization. Often Siddhi refers to special powers that one gains through yogic practice. In the tantric context, or I should say, Siddhi refers especially to spiritual accomplishment or full awakening. Therefore, the combined name Sukhasiddhi means she who has attained bliss or accomplishment through bliss, perfect realization of great bliss, or often poetically said as the blissfully accomplished one. Her name itself teaches several key Vajrayana principles. One, that bliss is not indulgence, it's a method of awakening. Second, realization arises within experience, not by rejecting it. Experientum doget, experience is the best teacher, as would be said in Latin. Liberation can be embodied even in difficult life conditions. And this is very true of the person for whom this dakini is based. Also, the idea that liberation can be embodied even in difficult life conditions, I just said that, and wisdom and bliss are inseparable. As a dakini, Sukhasiddhi's name implies bliss beyond duality, effortless accomplishment, awakening being accessible here and now in the present moment. And so, therefore, again, her name itself is a teaching. Sukhasiddhi is an important female Mahasiddha, that is a great accomplished yogini. In Indian Vajrayana Buddhism, revered especially in the Kagyu lineage of Tibetan and Nepalese Buddhism. So Sukhasiddhi, as a person, she was an actual person who likely lived sometime around the 10th and 11th centuries in India. She was one of the most renowned female tantric masters, considered fully enlightened. And according to traditional biographies, she was born poor, experienced great hardship throughout her life, and attained realization later in life, showing that enlightenment is possible regardless of age, gender, caste, or social status. She became a principal teacher of the saint Naropa, who then transmitted her teachings to his disciple Marpa, making her a foundational figure in the Kagyu Buddhist tradition. She's closely associated with Tantra sadhana and advanced completion stage yogic practices. And therefore, she embodies themes of renunciation, perseverance, and the transformative power of tantric practice. Sukhasiddhi is often celebrated as a symbol of female spiritual authority and realization in Buddhism. So she's an actual person who became deified into the form of a dakini, a fully realized female embodiment of wisdom in Vajrayana Buddhism, especially again in the Kagyu lineage. So she is similar to another figure who we've talked about in the past, and that is Machig Lobdran, who was the Tibetan sage who developed Cho practice, and we'll be doing again a Cho-based practice this coming Friday. So Sukhasiddhi is regarded as both a historical woman and a wisdom dakini, transcending ordinary human limitations. And as a dakini, Sukhasiddhi represents prajna, that is transcendent wisdom, and the completion stage, yogas, of the highest yoga tantra. She's often described as an emanation of Vajrayogini, who is inseparable from her enlightened activity. And so if we look upon our altar this evening, in the center is a brass medallion of Sukhasiddhi in her typical pose. We have a yak bone Vajrayogini next to her, and also a ritual instrument Vajra next to them. Vajra meaning diamond or lightning bolt. I'd like to say namaste to Kim, who is joining right now, and anyone else who's tuning in. Please feel free to say hello using that chat function on the bottom of your screen. So let's look at her iconography. She's typically pictured as nude or lightly adorned yogini. Most often she's white in color, and this symbolizes freedom from conceptual obscurations. So here is a typical Tanka image of Sukhasiddhi. So we see her as a white dakini. Sometimes she's pictured as golden, as in this statuette, or red in color, very similar to Vajrayogini. Typically, she's shown in this dynamic posture, signifying spontaneous, enlightened activity. She's associated with bliss emptiness, that is the union of wisdom and method, and often visualized sky-clad, nude, emphasizing non-attachment and realization beyond form. Sukhasiddhi typically holds two instruments. A kartaka, also known as a driguk, a flaying blade representing the cutting away of attachments. And she holds a kapala, a cup made from a skull, and this represents the transformation of consciousness. The kapala is wisdom. And the driguk blade is method. And those two instruments are held in a very similar fashion to a vajra and bell that we see so often in Tibetan Buddhist practice. Zigzag zebra, namaste. Sukhasiddhi is one of two supreme female masters of the Kagyu lineage alongside Nguma. And Nguma is another important 11th century figure in Tibetan Buddhism, and also regarded as a yogini and a teacher. So as a Dakini, Sukhasiddhi is not merely a figure of devotion, but a direct expression of the awakened mind. She represents the possibility for full enlightenment within one's lifetime, even under the most difficult conditions. The mantra that we'll be using for our puja and our meditation is the one that's most commonly associated with Sukhasiddhi as a wisdom dakini, and it is Om Ahum Siddhi Hung. Om Ahum Siddhi Hung. Om Ahum Siddhi Hung. Om Ahum Siddhi Hung. Om is the enlightened body. Ah, A-H, enlightened speech. Hum, the middle syllable, and Hung, it's a variation of the same Bij mantra, which is used again at the end, pertains to the enlightened mind. And Siddhi means accomplishment or realization, especially realization that comes from meditational activity. This is a general Dakini accomplishment mantra, often used for invoking Sukhasiddhi's blessings and also cultivating bliss, emptiness, wisdom. That is the combination again of wisdom and method. So in reciting this mantra, it's common to visualize Sukhasiddhi as a sky dancing wisdom Dakini, radiant, red, white, gold, or even flesh-colored, and embodying fearless wisdom and compassion. So let's go ahead and begin our puja, and then I'll be doing a guided meditation for Ma Sukhasiddhi, for transformation and for realization. If you have your puja set with you, I'd encourage you to follow along with me in doing this puja. You can honor your regular Ma Kali image as well. So I invite you to take a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. Let's begin with some deep breathing. If you roll the shoulders back to open the chest, just find that comfortable position where your back can be straight. Breathing slowly, breathing deeply. Grounding, centering, and preparing for the work that we're about to do. Letting go of the cares and the concerns of the day. Those worries, those anxieties around things that have happened or things that might need to happen. Just breathe those away while breathing in a deepened sense of relaxation and also meditational focus. And focusing your breath and your attention on your heart center. Taking a moment to connect with that divine presence within yourself. Knowing she's there always to guide you, to teach you, to heal you. And as we typically do, I invite you to think of some aspect of your life that is ready for healing or transformation, or something that's in your life that requires some kind of insight, or the Divine Mother's acceptance. Visualize the issue. Give it a name. And formulate a short statement, your personal intention or sankalpa for tonight's meditation. And I invite you to state that intention to yourself silently 3 times in preparation for our meditational work. And then I invite you to slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And let's open our practice by chanting the first 3 syllables of our mantra, Om Ahum, the mantras of body, speech, and mind. So I invite you to inhale deeply for Om. Deep inhale, Ah. Inhale, Hum. And I invite you to join with me in the mantra Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Taking a spoonful of water from your water pot. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Cleansing your hands. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. With your right hand anointing your third eye and your heart center. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Taking the perfume bottle from your altar, placing some on your middle or ring finger. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. And anointing the devotional objects upon your altar. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. And also anointing your third eye center. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Taking the food from your altar and offering it with your right hand. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Lighting your candle or oil lamp. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. And offering the flame with your right hand. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Lighting the incense and offering it with your right hand. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Siddhi Hum. taking some water from your pots and offering some water to cool the atmosphere. Om Ahong Siddhi Hong. And then offering flowers. Om Ahong Siddhi Hong. Om Ahong Siddhi Hong. Om Ahong Siddhi Hong. Bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center and bowing. Om Ahong Siddhi Hong. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi Devi Namah. So I invite you now to continue sitting comfortably and let your breath settle naturally. Let the body rest with ease. Let your speech be silent, and let your mind be open. And I invite you to slowly close your eyes and let my words guide you in the visualization. So in the space before you, I invite you to imagine the vast sky of awareness. It is clear, it is luminous, and without boundary. And I invite you to either out loud or silently repeat these words after me. I take refuge in the wisdom dakinis, in the lineage of realization and blessing. May I awaken the innate freedom of mind for the benefit of all beings. And from the openness of space appears Sukhasiddhi, the great blissful accomplished one. She arises before you effortlessly. She is nude, radiant, youthful, yet timeless. Know that her form is made of light, not flesh. Her body glows with vibrant white, warm ruby, or gold radiance. Allow the color of her form to manifest in the way that is right for you at this time. She symbolizes bliss inseparable from emptiness. She dances lightly in space. She is free from all fixation. Her eyes gazing with fierce compassion and profound gentleness. And at her heart shines the brilliant syllable Hum in the form of blue light. Hum. 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 And feel the vibration pulsing with wisdom and blessing. And I invite you to repeat after me the following invocation. O noble Sukhasiddhi, wisdom dakini of great bliss, you who realized awakening in this very body, look upon me with compassion. Cut through grasping and fear. Ignite the fire of wisdom within me and reveal the natural freedom of mind. And from her heart, blue light radiates into your heart. And feel that blue light dissolving tension, dissolving confusion, and dissolving self-clinging. So we shall now recite her mantra, Om Ahum Siddhi Hung, and let the sound arise and dissolve naturally into silence. Om Ahum Siddhi Hung. 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 With the chanting of the mantra, Sukhasiddhi smiles, and her form dissolves into light. And that light dissolves into space. And that space dissolves into clear, open awareness. And you allow yourself to rest without effort, without fabrication, without grasping, in a place of stillness, and silence. And know as you rest in this place that this is the wisdom of the Dakini. And may this practice awaken fearless wisdom. And may all sentient beings realize their innate freedom. And may the blessings of Sukhasiddhi never fade. And continue to rest in silence as I say more about the visualizations that you've experienced. The vast sky symbolizes sunyata, or emptiness, open, unobstructed awareness. It's not nothingness, but the ground of all experience free from limitation. Know that dakinis arise from this space to show that wisdom is already present, not created. All you have to do is be aware of it. Her effortless appearance is enlightenment, and Sukhasiddhi represents sudden recognition of innate mind rather than gradual construction. Her nude form symbolizes freedom from conceptual coverings, no ego identity, no cultural or social fixation, no shame or grasping. It indicates complete honesty with reality as it is. Her form being made of light and not flesh. Enlightened form is not material, but appearance, emptiness, unity. It shows that phenomena appear clearly, yet lack inherent solidity. And her light body also indicates rainbow-like compassion, responsive and unobstructed. If you saw her body as red, this signifies bliss, passion transformed into wisdom, magnetizing enlightened activity. If you saw her as gold, that is indestructible awareness, timeless value of realization. And if you saw her as white or flesh-toned, this symbolizes peaceful activities, compassion and purity, often associated with deities, and represents a final stage in concentration practice. Together, all three of these forms express bliss, inseparable from emptiness. Her dancing posture represents spontaneous activity and the idea that enlightenment is dynamic and not static. Every moment is skillful means responding to one's needs. Her fierce yet gentle gaze cuts through ignorance, ego, and hesitation. It expresses infinite compassion, which is non-judgmental, and shows compassion without sentimentality. The blue hum syllable emanating from her heart is the indestructible, enlightened mind, the union of wisdom and method. It's located at the heart because awakening is realized within one's own mind stream. And that light entering you is the blessing, her blessing, not external power. It represents recognition of your own awakened nature. It allows obstacles to dissolve because they were never truly solid. Her disillusion into space following the mantra teaches us not to cling to sacred forms. Wisdom is not an object. Final resting in awareness is the actual practice. And the resting without effort that you're experiencing now, this is Mahamudra recognition. No meditation to perform, no mediator, no meditator to improve, just being in the present moment. And Sukhasiddhi's ultimate teaching is liberation. It's just liberation within ordinary awareness, accessible at any time. So remember that Ma Sukhasiddhi represents awakening within hardship, female wisdom authority, embodied enlightenment, freedom available now in this life, not separate from you. She is the mirror of your own liberated mind. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi. Jai Ma Sukhasiddhi. Dakini Nama. So I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands back to your heart center. Feeling that divine presence that you've been meditating on, surrounding you, and most importantly, within you. And let your awareness of that presence be unending, so she is always available to teach you, to heal you, to guide you. And take a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in our practice this evening, knowing you can replay this recording and do this meditation again as you have need. And slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I want to thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed our meditation. As always, please take some time for some quiet contemplation before resuming the day or the evening's activities. And I'd like to thank Zigzag Zebra and Kim for joining me this evening, and anyone else who is tuning in live, and anyone who'll be watching the recording in the future. And I look forward to you joining me for our Cha meditation for empowerment, focused on Mahakali, all forms of the Divine Mother in one. So until then, once again, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di. Thank you again. A wonderful night. Jai Ma.